Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's that time again. And, as I told you guys before, sometimes we're going to have vents, sometimes we're going to have daily jewels. This time around, it's going to be another vent. I'm sure I have a couple daily jewels that run along the same lines. But, like I said, I draw inspiration from a lot of the things I see, a lot of the things I personally go through. And, today's vent is going to be based upon that as well. Got to throw the disclaimer in there. I apologize if you guys hear a lot of drilling, a lot of banging, a lot of whatnot going on in the background. I'm in the midst of getting the house remodeled, adding another room. So, it's a lot going on at the same time. But nevertheless, you guys know, big on consistency. So no matter what is going on, rain, sleet, hail, snow, we got to get it done. But anyway, before I jump into this one, y'all, I want to pose a question to you all. I know a lot of us have been in this situation, whether we've been the giver or the taker. Probably all of us have been in this situation, and it doesn't have to necessarily be monetary. It could be just assisting in any way. But before I get into it, the question I want to pose is, where do you draw the line between assisting and enabling? And what I found that runs rampant, especially with situations that have a lot of monetary value, is it's usually not strangers. Sometimes it is, but it's usually the people closest to us. Our other half, our significant other, family, mom, dad, brother, sister, cousin, grandparents, whoever. For the older people, it may even be your children. I really haven't got there yet. Mine's are 6 and 4, so they haven't hit that stage yet, that real sense of entitlement. But anyway, again, the question I want to pose before I go into my spiel is, where do we draw the line between assisting and enabling? And the reason I wanted to touch on this, like I said, I draw from a lot of personal interactions, personal situations, and this happened to be one of mine. It's really been one of mine since day one. I was brought up specifically with both my parents. We were taught very well about the dollar and how to obtain it and how to consistently obtain it, and things like credit and, just financial responsibility and financial abundance. So, of course, we're creatures of habit. We tend to emulate the things we see here and are surrounded with. And I happen to be surrounded by those things, especially within my father. So a lot of those traits have rubbed off on me just at a much, much earlier age. So with that being said, I found myself post-working, like I said, for those of you who don't know, who haven't kept up, maybe your first time watching the video, I quit working, not quit, I got fired, and I decided not to return to the workplace. Thanksgiving will make 4 years ago. So, with that being said, we go through our trials and tribulations as entrepreneurs, blah, 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 fast forward. There's this really bad thing called perception. And in my situation, again, I'm speaking on me, perception has created a lot of different opinions and a lot of different responsibilities and a lot of different sense of entitlements within the people that are closer to me. The mothers of my children, not naming one specifically, but we've had our episodes. But the mothers of my children, maybe a woman I'm seeing, maybe a woman I'm close to. Even friends and family, grandmothers, mother, cousins, things of that nature. And what I find myself doing a lot, because I'm very stern, but I do have a soft side. A lot of you may see me with my children can attest that. But anyway, I find myself a lot aiding these people. I find myself a lot not necessarily getting a house visit, not necessarily getting a are you okay visit, but I definitely get I need a favor visit. I definitely get I really need you this time kind of visits. And my question to you, because I'm a work in progress. Don't get me wrong, I post videos on my personal opinion, but I'm working on myself just as I'm trying to help everybody work on themselves at the same time. And this happens to be a subject that I dealt with heavily last year, that I still deal with to this very day. For those of you who read my book, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, my question to you is, now I always tell people this, we have to be people of understanding and we have to be analytical at all times. Even within ourselves, we have to be able to step back and take a look at the people around us, the people who are coming in and out of our lives, the people who seldomly come. When they do come, what are they looking for? Are they looking for companionship? Or are they just coming for the sake that we're relatives? Are they looking for love? Are they looking for monetary gain? You know, all these things become relevant when you reach a certain amount of success. And, you know, by no means do I feel like I'm where I want to be. Nowhere near. It's only been 4 years. Have I subsidized my living independently? Yes, I have. But I got so much more I want to accomplish. But anyway, I find myself more times than not dealing with a sense of entitlement with those who are closest to me. And like I said, I'm just speaking on my situation, but a lot of us are the givers and the takers, which is why I say we got to be analytical. You know, we got to be able to step back and say, are we aiding someone's situation? Are we consistently taking from their table and not bringing anything back? And it happens to be an issue that I still deal with to this very day. You know, so much to the point that I've dealt with people where, you know, they make that phone call and you run to the aid and you hand them thousands of dollars. And, you know, you guys will go get a burger the following day and they'll tell you, you know, it's your turn to pay. Or, man, I can go on with examples, but more times than not, the people close to us tend to forget that we have lives ourselves. More times than not, they tend to forget to ask us, are we okay ourselves? And that's why I say you have to be analytical. You have to analyze your circle and ask, what do these people bring to the table mentally, physically, emotionally, monetary? Are they helping me grow? Are they helping me progress? Are they helping me, you know, nurture my mind? What is this person bringing to the table? Because a lot of times, those titles like boyfriend and girlfriend or relative, they have underlying meanings. A lot of times our judgment is diluted. Our vision is blurred because of those titles. We tend to excuse a lot of things, and that's what this VN is, you know, more so about, being analytical and holding people accountable. You know, there are a lot of inconsiderate people out here. There are a lot of people, like I said, will consistently take. They will not take one moment to call you and ask you, are you okay? They will not take one moment to, you know, get to know your financial situation rather than what you can give them. And again, like I said, some of us are the givers or the takers. That's why we got to step back and ask, are we giving up too much? Are we letting these people sit at a table that they're bringing nothing to and just consistently eat? And don't get me wrong, I'm all about being selfless. I preach that every day. I preach that within my children. I go out all the time, and I'm active in fundraising. I'm active in feeding the homeless. I'm active in so many things, even the videos, everything. I don't monetize anything. I'm all about giving back. That's because I've been blessed and I've been put in a position where I can do that on my leisure time or my all the time and still survive. But that's not the case for a lot of us. And even with me, you know, like all good things, they come to an end. And again, like I said, I deal with that in my personal situation where I have to step back personally and go, man, you know what? If I give you another $4,000 or $5,000, then what happens when I come up short? Who do I call? And that's really the saddest part about those burdens or those people with the sense of entitlement. Again, is they'll take. And when you're unstuck, you'll be surprised. They'll ridicule you. They'll ask you questions like, man, you're not managing your money right? Man, you got to do better. Why you dress like that? Why you look like that? You know, and I don't know if they forget or they want to just purposely excuse the underlying meaning to the whole situation. Is that a lot of us would be in better positions if the urgency at which they took from us, they use that same urgency to give it back. I find that a lot of times. They'll call you 10 times. They'll drive to your house unannounced. They'll do anything they got to do to get it from you. How much work do they do to get it back to you? And that's one of my biggest issues, again, speaking on my personal situation, is that, and I'm not asking, you know, the people in my circle, and again, just listen to my story and apply it to yours, and, you know, so you can get a better view of your circle. I'm going to give you my math. I'm an entrepreneur. I work day in, day out. Anybody that knows me personally knows how much I work. They know how much I give to not only acquire this lifestyle, but maintain it. And there's nothing wrong with this, but the majority of my circle, meaning the women I'm tied to, mothers of my children, family, etc., they are, you know, they work in a blue collar system or a white collar system, meaning they're on a time schedule. They get a mandated pay that they know they're getting days ahead of time because there's, you know, it's structure, it's comfortability. There's a ton of security there. And this is the question I had to ask myself, and I want you to ask yourself the same question, whether you're the giver or the taker. There is no reason why the man who hustles the hardest in the circle is the brokest. That doesn't add up. There's no reason why the man who hustles the hardest has to watch and sit everybody else enjoy life off of his dime and off of his hard work and time, while he sits back and he has to, scale back, or he has to be frivolous about what he wants to eat, or he has to think twice about, should he go get a burger from Five Guys, or should he buy this pair of shoes, or should he go get some more tattoos? That's not good math. And I'm not saying it's all about the people in the circle, because us as an individual, if we're the giver or the taker, we have to hold ourselves accountable. There has to be a certain responsibility within ourselves, which is why I gave the original question in the beginning. Where do we draw the line between enabling and assisting? And I found myself in that scenario many a times. And the reason I felt compelled to speak on it today, rather event than a daily jewel, is just because I know there are a ton of people out there living that same lifestyle. It's a ton of y'all who got that job you always wanted, and somebody close to you knows it. So they use their relationship to their benefit. Your brother really need this. Mom really needs some help. This, that, and the third. But again, the scenario I want you to present to yourself is the same one I present to mine. How do I work 18 to 20 hours a day to maintain a lifestyle? You get to work maybe 8 to 10 a day, and you want to, and you expect to live the same lifestyle. You have the sense of entitlement as if I owe you. And then even when I deny you, you send me back resentment. I know a ton of us have dealt with it, because even when I was in the workplace as a dispatcher making $32,000 a year, I dealt with it. It's quadrupled at this point. But anyway, I can go on and on about that situation. It's an ongoing situation. Like I said, if you read my book, or if you know me personally, you know my trials and tribulations when it comes to me aiding those closest to me. The fact that, and like I said, I'm transparent. I'm here to be honest. I lay it all out on the table. Like I said, if you got my book, anyway. But I lost around $24,000 last year. Last Christmas, to be matter of fact, 9 months ago. I nearly lost my business behind those decisions, aiding those around me, aiding those closest to me, because they needed it oh so bad. And that same urgency that they attacked me with, and not in a negative way, but they attacked me with to get what they needed, they don't give me that same urgency to send me a text and say, hey, are you okay? Is everything all right? I know I never paid you back. I know I didn't make good on what I owed you, but are you okay? How are you living? So, like I said, y'all, go on your own now. But like I said, y'all, just a question I want to pose to y'all. Are you the giver or the taker? Are you bringing anything to the table that you're taking from? Are the people that's taking from your table bringing anything to it? No daily jewel today, of course. It's an event. And like I said, y'all, we got to be people of understanding, and we got to be analytical. Don't let those people be your demise, because I'm here to tell you, not in all cases, but it's a lot of them. Those very same people who take from you and who need you the most. When the roles are reversed and you need them the most, they usually hit you with lines like, oh, I don't have it. I don't know. Or I'll figure it out. And a year later, they still don't have it. They still haven't figured it out. And now you two have just become two peas in a pod. But again, y'all, like I said, I pull from my personal situations. That's one of the ones I'm still dealing with. I'm a work in progress. And that's one of the ones I'm trying to figure out myself. Don't be afraid to put these people out there on their own. Don't be afraid to, to make an adult be an adult. Don't be afraid to make an adult be accountable or be responsible for their actions and themselves. Don't find yourself being the workhorse while everybody eats, you serve the food. It's no reason why you should be, you pretty much have to be the slave and the distributor. You never eat yourself. You work for it, you dish it out, they eat, you watch. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to catch y'all next time on the next Daily Jewel. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Again, and as far as the GoFundMe regarding the shift, that's still in full effect. But anyway, like I said, y'all, I'm going to see y'all next time on the Daily Jewel. I'm not going to hold y'all up today. It's Friday. Again, like I say every time, for, the weekend is not cold for idle time, sleep, and excessive nonsense. Get out there and get active. There is somebody who wants the same exact thing. Teachers, ball players, whatever you want to be. It's a huge world out there. Somebody wants the same exact position, and guess what? They're gonna go in tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. Get active, stay active, keep your conscience, and I'm gonna see y'all next time.